I just looked on YouTube. It's been like 9 days since I made like just a regular vlog. I planned on doing them on a pretty consistent basis when I first started all this, but we'll see. Getting ready to have a little salad with Pringles pizza flavors chips, and at the corner store they sell these cheeseburgers, and they're just totally addictive. They're horrible for you, I'm sure, but I really don't care. I'm going to put one in here for a minute, you know, and I was talking to the guy at the store about that. They actually do. I have a friend, he's a chemist and a top level chemist and chef in Los Angeles. He's a German guy, and he wanted to learn to record, so he worked for me for a while. But somebody sent me a message. I get like 200 or 300 a day now, and anyway, he knows all about the whole food thing and what they do, and it was just really funny because they're allowed to put chemicals in the food that keep you totally addicted to it. But those cheeseburgers, I'll be crashing at night. I'll be, you know, laying asleep, and I'll get it in the middle of the night and go, I just got to have one of those cheeseburgers. Fuck everything. I got to have the cheeseburger lately. But it's obvious there's some kind of chemical in those, you know. So, I mean, you know, it's just obvious. It's not like it's like the cheeseburger is almost a vehicle to get you to the chemical or whatever it is. It's strong. It's a strong draw, you know. But thank God I'm out. I bought a box of them. So, you know, I'm at a point where all kinds of stuff. I mean, I need to spend like $1,000 on publishing and copyrights and licenses and all that stuff, and I'm really balking at it because is that me or Eno? Oh, that's Eno. Ambient for airports. It's great. You know, the other ambient's hard. Every jackass who gets a sequencer and a computer thinks he can do ambient, but it's one of the hardest to do good, to do well, because most of it is too heavy and dramatic and just not peaceful, or it's too music-y, and or it's, you know, Eno strikes a really good balance of like sort of contemplative and, you know, very calming, but I need to pay like $1,000, and I'm basically broke. I've tried not to go any more than 10 minutes on this. It might go to, I don't know how long. I try not to meter myself too much either. It's great that people watch them, but if they don't, that's cool too. You don't feel obligated, because I didn't bake or anything. Baked for the vlog. But I'm like, basically, I was just calculating. I mean, I live all alone. It's turning cold here too, you know, and I was just calculating. I talked last year like less than 6 hours to people. Oh man, Hal just crashed a little bit. One of his modules crashed. I'll be with you in a shortly there, buddy. But you know, I don't. Now where's my damn tea? This whole thing just would not have been possible. This is not one of my succinct type vlogs. This whole deal just would not have been possible being around other people. You know, one of the things that I've really learned, I've been really alone on purpose for like 5 years now, and many years before that, sort of in my head, you know. But one of the things I've learned is how much it's like. I've learned there's other people out there who are on the same wavelength as I am. And I think in life, what we end up doing is based on geography. We get married to a girl close by. Not necessarily the most compatible. And we have friends that just happen to be close by. But with the internet, those kind of distances don't matter that much. So, it's sort of like... sounds like wind's coming up. It's just weird. You can sort of transcend that dimension. It's like transcending all dimensions. And then vlogs transcend time. Really, you get to take it up, uptake the information or not at your own. So it's a weird, and the future is going to be packed with all kinds of opportunities like this, stuff like this, But yeah, I realize there's a lot of people out there that are on the same wavelength, but they're scattered all over the world, and what a shame it is in life that we sort of deal with people close by just because, and then turns out they're kind of dicks. That's the inverse dickhead law, They just gotta be, the distance to the nearest jackass is directly proportional to, your front door. But yeah, I'm balking at paying $1,000 for publishing. There's a lot there, and if I make $10 a copy, CD Baby takes a lot of people. Like 500 people have asked, based on the numbers. Like 500 people have asked in nearly a year of doing this now, 10 months really. Well, July 3rd, July, August, September, November, December, January, 7. This is 8 months, I guess. Is it? July 3rd, you count. I'm tired if you want to play along. So 8 months, hundreds of people have asked, and I have flagged them and kept, I could tell you exactly. But anyway, I calculated, that if I sold 100 in a year, there's my $1,000 back. And if I sold 1,000 in a year, that sounded like digital clocking messing up. If I sold 1,000 in a year, then that would be good. And I believe I can sell 10,000 a year within 5. I'm sure I can. I've done the numbers. My site, every 227, Smosh is the most popular site on YouTube. Every 227 people that hit Smosh subscribe to it. My site, every 22 people that hit it subscribe to it. So I have a 10-time higher hit to subscriber ratio than Smosh. Smosh, it's kids humor, kind of zany stuff. I mean, kind of fun, some of it. I mean, but it is what it is. I'd never seen it until a few weeks ago when I went there, and it is what it is. It's kind of fun, but it kind of shows the tone and timbre of YouTube, which is a lot of just people looking for a quick yuck. But there's other stuff too. I think there's a market for everything. I think it's just going to be about figuring out who wants what. That goes beyond search engines and stuff. There's a lot of people on YouTube. I figured out most are kids and amateurs, and as far as the musicians, there's a lot of people who are dreaming. I feel so bad for some of the women who've been sending me. I was going to say, remind me to tell you about the women on YouTube, but did you guys know they have pornography on the internet? I said that to somebody the other day. It just struck me funny. But some of the young girls that send me videos, it's like, it's so bad, so lightly so bad. I mean, most of them are just so bad, but there's some incredibly good ones too. But Valentine's Day was a trip because let's see, what happened with the women? Well, first of all, there used to be an Italian girl that followed me, like, was obsessed with my site, emailed me zillions of times a day, and I'd shoot her one line back occasionally, about twice, 3 times a day. I'm so far from that. I've been married and had literally hundreds of girlfriends and stuff in my life, and that's over for me, you know. So, but there's several women that follow me now that watch my vlog, and I really haven't investigated any. Unless they're a hassle, I don't really look anybody up. I can look people up to their front damn door if they become like threatening or something, and have a couple of times, but I don't even bother to look. I just assume everybody has 10 user accounts, nobody's honest about anything, you know, and go from there, and try not to get too involved. But man, that one is not relaxing to me, that keyboard patch coming in and out like that. I'm going to have to dispute that, you know. You make the call. You're listening to ambient music when a keyboard angelic patch pumps in and out of your psyche. Mute or not, you make the call. Normally he's real good. I like the first movement in Music for Airports, but the women, they follow me, but they don't post, and I'm slow on the uptake, and I'm not thinking about that kind of thing. And then I realize, oh my gosh, of course, on Valentine's Day, I realized, well, of course, then I'm post. They've all got boyfriends, even that Italian girl. It's like, no wonder she wasn't posting. Your steps can be tracked. They don't want their boyfriends getting on their computer and seeing they're talking to some guy, some random guy. So what happened? So I have everything I do. So you couldn't do all this by hand. Everything's automated. I make scripts and automate everything. So I have an automated thing that posts on people's pages on Facebook when I do something new. And and I don't like Facebook. I haven't really figured it out. I'm not even going to bother. It's a necessary evil. And like several thousand people have hit my Facebook page according to them. I only set it up a couple months ago, so whatever. Oh, YouTube, by the way, calculates your level of, like, how you rank in the search engines by how many people. They calculate based on Facebook first, believe it or not. There's a chart of how they do it. Once you start getting hits at other websites, you know, you are really distracting me, dude. I've been working with sound heavily all day. I don't like that one. It's got to be smooth and flowing. I don't like stuff coming in and out. I don't find that relaxing. The first one, yes, but they calculate based on Facebook pages and other social networks, like how you get ranked in their search engine. And I found my first YouTube, not generated automatically. Somebody who works at YouTube made a playlist and put my version of something I can never have first in the list. I was Googling around the other day on YouTube and I found it. It's like, what's this? You know, and it said YouTube playlist, and I was like, what? Because normally they say auto-generated by YouTube. So, but it had all the earmarks of somebody actually picked through a bunch of indie music. I noticed that one was getting a lot of hits on its own. So that's kind of encouraging, you know. But yeah, I was going to say I couldn't have figured all this stuff out around other people. You know, it's so much depth of everything, you know, and the distraction of other people. And it's I've been pretty good at some points in my life at filtering that out, and other points no, but it's the kind of thing where it's no wonder all in these, you know, epic tales people go off alone to, you know, figure out stuff, because I've just figured out so much through YouTube. It's like now I can as soon as I get a little email from somebody, I'd take just one glance at one line of their page and go, we have nothing in common. You'll never buy the album I'm going to release soon. You're a nuisance to me. I'm a nuisance to you. Just block. Even people that sub me, it says so-and-so subscribed, and I went to somebody's page, and I was like, everything he had favorited and liked, I was like, I'm totally against everything you're all about, and it looks like this is a fake hater site anyway. It had all the earmarks of being a site where they subscribe you just so they can down thumb everything you upload. So I block a lot all the time. Some of these kids, they're so desperate to have somebody listen to them that they'll send 10, 20, 50 emails in a row. And they'll say stuff like, fucking subscribe me, or fucking listen to my shit. And it's like, dude, all I'm doing is blocking you instantly, There's just so much, the sea of humanity on there. But yeah, I gotta pay for a damn album. I'm balking at it. I need all kinds of stuff. I'm broke. I live completely alone. And, I'm 49 years old. I'm very realistic about all this stuff, I could definitely sell enough albums to make a handy living at this, and the stuff is very professionally produced, which also makes me balk some days, because I used to make ridiculous amounts of money doing all this stuff. It's like, so let me get this straight. I got to get up and record, mix, and master, and track all the instruments for the next, 33 hours for 2 or 3 days, or whatever, about 40, 50, 60 hours a song. And I'm not getting paid, but I do every day. That's the thing with art, it's just going through the motions. And without other people around, that's easier. And the time, I have to, because of this neurological illness I have to lay down all the time. So, But yeah, oh man, the women. Just so much bullshit on Valentine's Day. This one girl, let's see, what were the interactions with women? First of all, I realized a lot of them that follow me, and there's quite a few, there's like 8 or 10 that follow me, never post. A couple of them post here and there. But I realized, oh my God, they're in of course, they're in relationships, And, it's just the levels of deception. Then one girl that I used to date years ago, I'm so not interested in dating now for the first time in my life. I'm just not in any way. This is so awesome. It's like getting to go back and be a kid again and live in a damn fort or something with awesome recording gear and knowing what you're doing, It's like getting to, after being in, running businesses and being responsible for other people's lives. Now it's like nothing and no. So that's great. It's like that, but so I'm not in any kind of involved. Never will be again. I'll be 50 in May, and if I even make that, I'm 49 years old. A bunch of my uncles died at this age, and I have a heart condition that's getting worse every day. I smoke Jersey packs a day, a rare neurological disease. I've had cancer twice, right? It's a depressologue. I don't give a shit. I can't wait, actually. I'm excited about the oblivion or whatever, who cares? I'm just not afraid anymore, But, let's see. So, girl number one, oh yeah, ex-girlfriend. She was in tech school. In between colleges, I went to a tech school, and with her, and she so after thinking a couple of years, I was like, yeah, she's pretty mellow, that's cool, I'll try that, I'll friend her. Really kind of avoid that kind of action. So I go to her page after I friended her and just posted a hello on her page after I friended her, and she accepted. And then like a little small paragraph of, oh, how are you? It's so good to hear from you. Glad I found you. Great, Then next time I went there, I know she'd put like a big featured banner, in relationship with so-and-so, and I'm like, oh, no, oh, no. It's like, chick, I'm thousands of miles away from you, and I just don't care like that at all. hardly ever did. You know, it's like, why? You know, why? You know, so in relation, and I'm like, I could care less. Good for you. I should probably block you, but I won't. Then the other girl was like a young girl I met in rehab, real hottie, nice girl too. We played this Jeopardy type game there, and I sweeped in. She and I went head to head, and there were like 20 people on each team. We were going. It might have been me, and might as well just been me and her playing, or she and I. So I think me and her's correct. So anyway, Jordan, we made friends. Then she had what was her deal? Oh, I had an automated thing post my latest video on Valentine's Day on all the women's, and it was a kind of a, it's just like Heaven by the Cure, really a nice mix. I'm very happy with that one. I'm 97% happy with that one. So anyway, almost 100. She posted on my site, or on my Facebook page, well wishes, dude. And so I'm like, what is that about? Well wishes? Like, okay, but you know, WTF. So I went to her page, and it's like a guy had been posting, like, I'm coming to wherever you are, want to meet up, you know, and I'm like, oh, you're in a fucking relationship too, and you just want to well wishes. And like, we've had sort of intimate emails back, not sexy or anything, but like, you know, we went through rehab, and it's like, how you doing? Are you so, you know, really intimate stuff. And then well wishes. So I'm like, you know what? I could give two shits, chick. You're like 20 years old and of no interest to me. It was automated. You know, well wishes. That's like saying, you know, well, that sex with you was extremely satisfactory, darling. You know, just like I just thought it was funny, the little games people play. Then what else? Another girl I know, you know, I just don't care. I'm not in that head shit. It's like, I think she kind of likes me, so she kind of posts occasionally pictures of her making out with another guy or something, which I don't quite get the logic, because I think she likes me, but but I ended up like taking her out of my feed, because it's like, I could give two shits if you're making out with a different guy every day. I don't need all this clutter in my feed, darling. I don't care. You know, stop trying so hard. So, what was the other one? Oh, an ex-wife. Yeah, it was crazy. Anyway, these people are clearly insane. And, I never say what I don't feel like saying, and I forget stuff. I'm old now. Gotta pay for an album. It'll pay for it. It'll pay back. It'll pay for itself. Don't get haters anymore. Maybe once every, I don't know, once in every forever. Been the most productive time of my life artistically for myself. I'm glad I had this time. You know, I mean, it's for me one. What can I say to sum it up? You know, I've been really bad at summing this whole thing up. It's like, I'm just adding like a punctuation mark behind my life, because I live such a private life. People who think they know me know nothing about me, you know. And I don't know, I got sick like 1996, and then really critically sick in like 5-6 years ago, and I was stunned and amazed at how quickly people just write you off, and just how little they care, you know. And it's not even that they don't care; they just don't pay any attention. They're busy living their own lives, and that's kind of acceptable. It's like when I had cancer, I asked, you know, some family members. I mean, I was kind of scared, and I was going to go in surgery, and I lived in this thing on the streets of LA at the time. I thought, well, you'll probably get the surgery and get an infection here. You know, the shower didn't work. Nothing worked at the time. I thought, why bother? But I was kind of scared. Not for long, but I asked one of my family members, I was like, you know, would you come go through this with me, and it was like, well, I've got to work. They all were like, well, I've got to work, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. And I'm like, so I'm not bitching about it because I understand, but at the same time, it's like, so my life meant so little to you, you can't honor it in some slight way by spending a little bit of time with me on what may be the last, time of my life. And so anyway, it surprised me so much how little we care about each other. And I've made it a point to be polite and care and caring and loving and kind to the people I'm around. YouTube for me has sort of shown me how self-serving people are and how out of touch we are with each other, and reminding me to always be paying attention. Read the page headers when you go there. Every single person that's ever commented, I've gone to their page, and I don't know, I'll probably never post this one. I'm summing up my life in a lasting work that I believe will be eventually, all of the videos we all make will be archived and available for the distant future even. And it's kind of like why they built the pyramids. I think when you realize that your time is at hand, within, who knows, could be 10 years or tomorrow for me. So it's like, I seriously doubt 10 years, but I mean, not that my life was important at all. I'd just like to kind of call attention to some of the things that shocked me, especially when you fall ill, and how many people there must be that are swept between the cracks, and how hard, when you can't take care of yourself, you can't fight back at the world anymore, and everybody should prepare for that, because we all will go through that if we're lucky, if we live that long. And that's the thing with my family. None of them have been seriously ill like me for a single day, so they don't understand it. It's heavy. Changes everything, so we'll see. I should write it out. I thought I'd write out and let the computer talk the script for vlogs, because there's several different epic things I'm trying and am accomplishing with this. I'm surprised. Kind of surprised. I always knew it was all in the production, and I've made a lot. I'm not going to produce other people anymore unless it's something I choose and ask them if I can produce them or something to work on, because it's really kind of working at creating lies, like making people seem epic who clearly are not. And I've done a lot of that, and sounds like my hot water heater's on. So, but also it's kind of unfair to it is a business, but it's unfair to the people who buy their product and stuff. I think to think that these jackasses are just epic when they're really just losers I was hired to make sound epic. So it's all a business, but it's crazy. Well, so I'll probably never post this. Oh man. Peace out, mother.